Dominic Hennig, Bulldog Sports Network. If you could speak into the mic and just give us an opening statement.
Jason VanderLaan. I was the quarterback for Ferris State.
Opening statement on your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, it was rough. The first half, obviously, we didn't score any points. There was too many third and outs that we had. We would be going, getting 5 yards, 6 yards, and we had third and short, and we just weren't executing on those. So that really what hurt us is we had too many third and outs, and we were leaving the defense on the field too long, and they were getting tired, and that's what didn't help us at all. Obviously, the second half, we did what we needed to do. We came out with a lot more heart. We executed better, and we put up 32 on them. If we could have done that the first half, it would have been a different ball game.
Jason, Marty Slaughter with the Pioneer. Can you talk a little bit about the success in the passing game in the second half and what was different about that and being able to have some success?
Yeah, it wasn't more that we changed anything. It was just that we were executing what we had to do. We had the passes there in the first half. We had a couple bad throws, maybe a couple drops, I don't know, and then it's just second half things started clicking. We started doing what we needed to do. So.
Was there a point when you thought you got that rally going a little bit and thought maybe you guys had a chance to come back?
Yeah, after that, during halftime, and there's no doubt in everybody's mind that we could come back and win this game. I mean, that first drive, we scored that first touchdown. We scored the second touchdown. There was 11 minutes left in the third quarter, I'm pretty sure still, and we were 2 touchdowns away. As we thought we were going to be rolling, just keeping this going. And I mean, we obviously tried our best, but things didn't turn out as well.
Defense made a couple stops in that third quarter to kind of get you guys going. Did that give you a little bit of lift?
Oh yeah. Especially the defense has a ton of intensity, and that definitely translates to the offense. And when you see the defense going crazy, when they get a stop, especially when they pin them deep, they get the ball. We get the ball at better field position. That helps us a lot more.
Can you talk about Ashland's defense in the first half and how they were able to have success keeping you guys off the board?
Yeah, we knew they were going to be better than our previous 2 opponents. They only let 14 points this entire year, so. But we just, like I said, I mean, we didn't execute. We had the holes that we needed. We had the plays we needed. And it just took us to that second half before we started executing. I mean, our linemen were blowing off the ball, and they were getting their blocks done. We just weren't executing and following through.
Jason, Dan Stone here with the Ferris State Torch. Just speak on what kind of positives you can take from a game like this where obviously, the defense gave up quite a few yards through the air. Actually, it was 438 yards for Ashland in the air. Obviously, a lot of momentum swings in the game. What positives can you take from a loss like this moving forward in the season?
Well, first of all, the first positive was that we came out after halftime and we didn't collapse. We came out, defense got some huge stops. I mean, they had the ball first. They stopped them right away. They got us the ball back. We scored, stopped them again. So that was the main positive. Is we didn't hang our heads in the halftime, and we're coming out. We wanted to win this game. That's the first positive. Obviously, there's some plays that are working well for us, and we just gotta quit it with the little mental mistakes is what we gotta get rid of. But other than that, I mean, there are good amount of positives we can take away.
252 yards on the ground, Jason. You accounted for a lot of those yourself, and obviously pitching the ball on the option plays and stuff. What's working so well for you guys running the option and moving the ball so effectively on the ground?
Yeah, well, obviously the options are bread and butter. If you're talking about one play that we drill the most in practice, it's definitely the option. So, like, if things are going wrong, we need a couple yards, we're going to go to the option. We got that play. So that was working really well. We had a couple nice runs right up the middle, too. I mean, we can give it, we can run it, or we can pitch it. So it's really hard to defend. And when everybody gets the blocks that they need to do, that play is pretty much unstoppable. So it worked well for us, and it's a good play.
Do you feel like maybe there needs to be a bit more balance in the play calling in regards to maybe mixing it up a little bit more? Was the defense maybe kind of keying in on that option and really putting more guys in the box, or what?
No, I don't believe so. A couple times they might have got used to our motion or whatever, so then they're, overloading to one side and they'll get it, and then Coach Annese changes up our motion, so it screws them up, and then we're going to come back and counter it with a different one. So, defenses will catch on to little things that we do, and then we're going to make in-game adjustments and go back. So I don't feel none of the play calls were bad.
Let's speak on Skylar Stoker, another big game for him. Nice job on the ground. Both of you guys just really moving the ball on the ground. Just comment on Skylar's.
Yeah, Skylar, he's the best running back I've ever been with by far. He was that touchdown run. He's breaking. You can't tackle him. You can't get a leg tackle on him. So that's really nice. He's real quick, and he's real smart too. So he's been doing really well for us. We got to keep getting the ball in his hands, and he's gonna be a great running back.
Thank you, Jason.
Coach, can you just start off with some thoughts about the game?
Well, I just thought that, we came out with a little bit of a fragile psyche, in my opinion. big crowd. Kids were excited. Ferris State and the Bulldog Nation came to support a team that was 2-0, and I applaud the fans. I thought they were great. The environment was awesome. I applaud all the support staff, everyone that worked hard to try to get this thing rolling. And I don't know, I haven't been to a lot of Ferris games, but that was a great environment. So I'm proud of that. But at the same token, I think it made us a little bit tense. And so some of the simple things we tried to execute, we just failed to execute. At halftime, I just went in and I said, listen, stop worrying about everything. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Don't worry about winning. Don't worry about losing. Just be the team that's played the last 2 weeks and be the team that's practiced your butt off since, we took the job. And, we did a nice job of that. When it came down to have a stop where we needed a possession to at least have a chance to tie the ball game up, we never got a stop after that. And that's a team that just threw for 25 for 36 for 438. So that's a team that's clicking. It's a difference between playing with a guy who's a real experienced quarterback in an experienced system, and I guess that's, just to sum it up, that's kind of how I feel.
You talk about the difference in the second half for the offense and how you were able to get things going. Anything play calling or anything that you found out?
Yeah, I know. It was just a matter of just getting in a rhythm, just getting in the groove. We just made, a lot. Our offense is based on a lot of reads. Our quarterback, has a lot of different things to really sort through, and we just didn't execute the system the way we needed to in the first half. We also, you want to get we're a no-huddle team. We want to get a good pace. We want to get the defense on their heels. We never did in the first half. It was like 3 and out, bad play here, bad play there, and so we just never got a rhythm. We never really, other than our first possession, we drove down the field pretty decent and ended up turning the ball over, but on downs. But, it was just one of those things where we never got a rhythm. And, like I said, we're playing against Ashland, who just shut out Wayne State last week. So, and they beat Indianapolis the first week. They're a quality, experienced football team. They've got 3 all-conference players on defense, and they know what they're doing. And so a lot of credit goes to them. We played a really good football team. And I knew going in it was a real good football team.
Were you surprised at the pace in the second half at all, kind of going back and forth, scoring like that after the way the first half had gone?
I'd hoped we could just get some rhythm, and we did, I thought really, honestly, I thought the key to the game was when Jamar Wimberly had a chance to take a pick six, and it just went through his hands. If we would have got that pick six, then we would have been right there within a chance of striking us. But every time we scored, they scored. They give the coach credit. They had a lot of courage to go for it, 4th down in the middle of the field, and that was a big first down play.
Were you pretty happy with the resolve of the players being, every time it seemed like you guys were out of it, you would come up with a score?
Well, you just don't fight for a half, So I'm not happy. No, I'm not happy that we didn't have more fight to begin the game. Maybe it's my fault in that I built it up. I told the kids, I said it's the biggest game of my career, I've coached 273 games now. So when I say it's the biggest game of my career, maybe that put a little bit too much pressure on them. I just thought that this was a game that would put us at least on the map in regards to, a contender. Because they were the GLIAC South preseason pick. So that was my hopes, but obviously it didn't come to fruition.
And then just any other thoughts, first home game, this whole atmosphere and experience for you, putting aside, obviously, the loss.
Well, you probably noticed by my temperament, I'm on an island. I noticed it before the game, but after the game starts, I'm a lunatic. So, I ran around. I haven't had a drop of water since 6:30. I feel like I played a game, I'm sweating through this thing. And so I don't notice fans all that much. I try to get our bench involved in the game. I thought they did a good job. I thought they got the fans involved. But I'm appreciative that people are here to support us. That's exciting. I just hope that it continues, because we're going to be a team that's going to battle. We're going to battle. That's a good lesson for us. If we take the lesson and use it for good, then that gives us some hope. But we need to use this as a good lesson for how you need to battle for 4 quarters.
Coach, is there anything that you, looking back, would say that maybe you would have prepared for or done differently in the first half, something that maybe let Ashland get out to such a good lead, and if not, what adjustments specifically were you able to make at halftime to come out and turn things around so quickly in the third quarter?
From an offensive standpoint?
I mean, overall, your entire
Well,
team.
defensively, we didn't stop them in the second half at all. So, maybe a couple stops, and we struggled to stop them in the second half. So, if I'm speaking on an offensive standpoint, it was really nothing. It was just relax, execute our system, do the things we need to do to be successful, and we did that. We were able to. The first half we took our shots a little bit when they went press man against us. In the second half, KG was able to, make some plays for us. He didn't play in the first half for disciplinary reasons, which hurt us a little bit. But, that's just the nature of what happens. It's tough lessons in this game.
Speak to Taylor Mazowitz's play, especially there towards the end of the game. There, he seemed to really lead you guys down the field in your comeback effort there towards the end.
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job. He was shot. He was shot at the end. We had to put Jason back in there because Taylor has a medical condition where he loses feeling in his hand. And you saw, like, towards the end of the second to last drive where we ended up kicking a field goal where the ball sailed. He's in physical therapy right now, but he's got some issues with that whole arm and hand, and it goes numb, and he's quite the weapon. It's been a big factor in us trying to overcome things, because he's a significant player on this team, but it's hard to keep him in there for very long because he loses feeling in his hand. So it's a weird deal.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
You're welcome.
That's head coach Tony Annese and the Bulldog Sports Network postgame show. Back to you, Robin Sandy.